I think that the genesis of what's become called software-defined wide area network is as companies moved their applications to the cloud, as they began to adopt IaaS services for people like Amazon and Azure, they realized that their traditional WAN based on MPLS was no longer applicable. If you think about the traditional WAN, the most important traffic is branch to data center and maybe data center to data center. But in today's world, in the cloud-first world, the most important traffic is branch to cloud. And really, MPLS and the traditional WAN, legacy routed networks, are not set up for that branch to cloud data path. And so if you've got a company where, say, more than half of your applications are now hosted in the cloud, it's time to rethink your network and think about a cloud-first network, and where branch to cloud is what you're optimizing for rather than branch to your private data center. Actually, in an SD WAN environment, IT gets much better control, much better visibility of the traffic that's flowing through their network. So one of the things that's very important in SD WAN is being able to understand all the applications that are being used, all of the different web applications, and be able to identify new applications on the fly. Because new applications are coming along every day, and you don't have to wait for a software upgrade to recognize a new application. And so being able to classify the traffic and then apply policy to that traffic is a really fundamental thing for SD-WAN. Some people call it application-driven WAN because you're thinking of the application first rather than worrying about packets and speeds and feeds and protocols. We see adoption really taking off in this coming year because the product's mature, the understanding of the market's mature, and the problem just keeps getting worse. I mean, the cloud traffic continues to grow, and so people are really looking at how do I enable digital transformation in my enterprise? How do I build a company that's cloud first? And how do I save costs? How do I save costs in terms of reducing the cost of my transport? And how do I save costs in terms of my infrastructure? The infrastructure I have in all my branches and the OpEx, the people costs associated with that infrastructure. If you think about it, the way that we build WANs was invented in the mid-1980s. That's when Cisco first came up with the router. And although routers have gotten faster and there's been various different features added, they really work the same way. Imagine that there was someone in 1990 and they were an expert in Cisco routers, and suddenly, they had an accident or whatever and they fell asleep. If they woke up today and they were placed in front of a router, they would still be able to use it. It would still look very familiar to them. But almost everything else around them, around technology, has completely changed since 1985. The web's come along, it's completely different. All of the different software technologies changed, the languages we use have mostly changed, the way computers look has changed, the way cell phones look have changed. We don't have fax machines anymore. Most people born today don't know what a dot matrix printer is. So much has changed, but we're still building WANs the same way. And I think that SD-WAN is about, let's sit back and rethink. We've got all this technology today. We have Google building self-driving cars. Why can't we have a self-driving WAN? Why can't we apply all this technology that we've got to build a wide area network in a new way that's really easy to manage and not kind of tied down by all the things that we've had in the past?